We're back. Hey, hi, hello, and welcome to this week's hashtag Spill the Beans. If you've never seen me before, I'm Tara Priolo. I'm your resident white-facing biracial multi-passionate musician, and I talk about the ish that nobody wants to talk about and push you to do the same. Spill the Beans is a once-a-week chat where we talk about everything under the sun, from things that deal with the music industry to DEI to community to anti-capitalism, everything. We talk about everything. And requests from the community are always welcome. So grab a drink and come on back. I want to talk about some things that I have been struggling with as an entrepreneur and as a person existing in a capitalist society who really truly sees the harms of capitalism but has to engage with it, and where I perceive my business going over the next year to 5 years, and also my big vision and why I haven't pursued it. So, personal one today, you're welcome, but you all have watched my philosophies evolve in real time. There's a million things I haven't done, just you wait. That's what's stuck in my head right now. Because I'm very nervous to do this Spill the Beans, y'all. I'm a little bit shaky inside. But I'm just going to go for it because that's what we do. We push the damn button and leaders go first. So I will preface this whole thing by saying I still don't have all the answers. I've done a whole bunch of research. I've watched all of the stuff. I have tried to learn how to decolonize and decapitalize the spaces that I occupy and the spaces that I build. And I want to reiterate what I said in the slide about the nonprofit, which if you didn't read it, go back, because I do value all voices. I want all voices at the table, and I want all voices to learn how to be free and also honor each other and actually care for each other and build care infrastructure for each other. So over the last couple of years, you all have seen me go from selling branding products and selling things in a very capitalistic, very standard way. And you have watched me slowly but surely decolonize and decapitalize the way in which I show up online, the way in which I do public speaking, the way in which I teach, the way in which I facilitate, all of these things. And I have, over the last 6 months, really found a desire to rebrand my branding programs to have a decolonized and decapitalized lens to them, in addition to being things that actually get at the gap that I want to fill. And I also want to move all of those type of programs to sliding scale programs and offer some smaller things that everyone can afford. I will still keep the pay what you cans. And so this means that in some aspects, I am going to have to engage in capitalism and engage in selling and engage in marketing in ways that I don't necessarily believe in and maybe will not. And will absolutely not facilitate, but I am going to call that out when I am doing it. It also means that we're going to experiment together for what actually feels good and have the conversations that, first of all, that I think we need to be having, and second of all, that that you all would like to have and that I think are going to heal and actually create community. Those are the conversations that I want to have. And I want to fill the gap of artists creating and then that art never being seen by anybody. I want artists to be unafraid of being free and saying what the hell they need to say. I am so tired of artists putting themselves in these boxes in order to be seen. You should be seen as you. So yes, the end goal is artistic freedom. It's like we've been talking about this. It's like we've been building up to it, right? It just is. I want all artists to be free. I want you to be free. I want you to feel free to say what you need to say with your capital V voice. Even if you're not a singer, even if you're not a speaker, even if you're just a painter, I want to create a world where we don't have to meet status quos. And beyond that, the big vision is to create a new canon, to explore repertoire that is not being explored, and go to colleges and say, hey, why don't you use this instead of Mozart? Why don't you use this instead of Beethoven? why can't we incorporate that stuff too? So there is a long range vision. And lastly, I want to acknowledge that all of you have called me to lead. And I have oftentimes taken the second position to a lot of things. And the more that I dig into decolonization and anti-racism and social justice work and care infrastructure and, running ethical businesses, whatever that means in capitalism and that sort of thing, I recognize that my access, my privilege to funds means that I need to more fully embrace being a disruptor in every space, and being more disruptive about gaining funds to redistribute to my communities, in particular, the most marginalized global majority, right? And so I think that I am finally ready to accept the nomination. It's been a second since we've been that real with each other, y'all. Anywho, that's all for Spill the Beans. Continue to be anti-racist, be safe, make good trouble, do good work. I love y'all hardcore. And let me know in the question box if you have any thoughts, concerns, questions, blah, blah, blah. All the things. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching me radicalize in real time. And I'll just say it all again. I love y'all hardcore. And I'm excited to go on this journey with y'all.